Now we got a real legend in the building right here, man. It's Frankie Edgar week, bro. This is MSG week. Like, come on, pay some goddamn respect. All right, all the new fight fans, right? They're probably like, "Who's this old geezer, Frankie Edgar?" We're not trying to watch this guy fight. I'm a fan of El Guapo. I want to see the calf kicks. I want to see some kickboxing. And hey, El Guapo is as game as they come. You saw a little bit of that heat in the press conference, right? So I guess the word is, man. I guess Frankie Edgar and Gutierrez had a run in. I mean, maybe many years ago. At this point, if you're Frankie Edgar, you're a legend to everybody. Everybody probably looked up to you, grew up watching you. They started fighting because of you. He was like, yeah, I don't even remember whatever this little fucking run in is or whatever. But like now we fighting, so what's up? Here's the thing, AJ. Frankie Edgar, pretty much last fight, retirement fight, MSG, home crowd, New York, let's go, East Coast. At this point, the fire that he had in him, I think that's a good sign, bro. I think this is a dude who's saying, listen, there's a lot of different ways to go out. I'm a New Yorker, or whatever. I'm an East Coast cat. I ain't going out the sucker way, bro. Let's get it. And I don't know if Gutierrez is going to be able to reciprocate that same type of energy. What do you think?
I mean, if there's ever a fighter, I think Gutierrez is one of the few that can definitely get it done and reciprocate it. But Frankie Edgar in a dogfight is a different kind of animal, man. We're gonna really see the mettle of Gutierrez coming up here, man. El Guapo is gonna have to be a little bloody Guapo up here coming in, man, because this is Frankie Edgar in his home territory with all the doubt against him and kind of everybody counting this dude out. They think it's his last. I like where you're noticing that the fact of him being pumped up, them talking a little shit in the face offs, Frankie Edgar getting a little pumped up, having the crowd also get into it as well, man. It's a good sign going into this one. And honestly, Derek, where I was going with this when I was looking at this fight going the entire time, Frankie Edgar is a veteran in a war, man, and you're gonna really, really have to put this dude out. I mean, a lot of people they remember when he caught that the head kick. Who head kicked him?
Who
Do
had
you remember?
Yeah, I absolutely do remember, man. It's Cheeto Vera.
Cheeto Vera. Everybody, yeah, it was the last one. Thank you. Everybody remembers that last head kick because it was absolutely ridiculous. About a year later, he's coming back. Do you think the year has had him recover fully? And we're going to see just a prime Frankie Edgar, or has time taken its thing? And this is just kind of a send me out with with the best of them, please, Uncle Dana.
Brother, I feel like you setting me up to disrespect my man Frankie Edgar because there's no other way to answer this. But this man has been fighting professionally since 2005, bro. 17 years in the game. No doubt he has CTE. No doubt that he's a shell of the prime Frankie Edgar, of course. But that doesn't matter. That's not what's going to matter here in this fight. What's going to matter here in this fight, I think, is experience. I think Frankie Edgar, and if you look at the last people he's fought, win or lose, is on a completely different stratosphere than a Chris Gutierrez is. So you could look at this one of two ways. One, they're sending Frankie Edgar out to pasture. If they were, I don't think it would be Gutierrez. Even though Gutierrez is probably the best unranked bantamweight fighter that we have right now, or up there with them, I mean, this isn't the guy that you send out to pasture, right? Let's look at the last fighters. Cheeto Vera, Corey Sandhagen, Pedro Munoz, Korean Zombie, Max Holloway, Cub Swanson, Brian Ortega, Yair Rodriguez, Jeremy Stevens, Jose Aldo, Chad Mendez, Uriah Faber, BJ Penn, Charles Oliveira, Benson Henderson, Gray Maynard. Shall I go on? Like, what the fuck? I just named like the fucking Hall of Fame of UFC right there. Chris Gutierrez. Danat Bakary, huge win. Monster KO win right there. I cannot discount that. Felipe Corrales, another good win, split decision. Andre Ewell, Cody Durden, that was a draw. Vince Morales. Heoni Barcelos, he lost. Jimmy Flick. I mean, come on. I think that we're talking. It's in no disrespect because I'm a big fan of El Guapo here, but it's like talking about, oh yeah, the New York Yankees and like the Oakland A's AAA team. Like it's just it's like, what are we talking about here? It's two different levels of competition. I think Frankie Edgar, if you're gonna make him a live dog, this is the live dog that I like on this card right here. This is the guy. I just think that Gutierrez, neither, at the end of the day, these are professionals, man. These guys aren't going to go in there emotional, or at least they shouldn't. But I feel like for a Frankie Edgar, man, he's going to put everything that he has out there. He said it himself. He was like, listen, man, all the smoke will be done for me about 11 o'clock at night on Saturday night. But until then, we got something to give you. You feel me? And I'm like, bro, I love the attitude. Let's talk X's and O's. How does Frankie Edgar win this? I don't see him winning this fight any other way but hold this man down for 3 rounds and bank on a decision win and get up out of there. Can he do it? Can Chris Gutierrez avoid the forward pressure of Frankie Edgar the way that he didn't really manage to avoid the forward pressure of a Danat Bakary, who just didn't take him down in the last fight? What do you think?
I don't think so, Derek. I don't think so. I think Chris Gutierrez is going to be falling in love with those leg kicks, man. Falling in love with the feeling of actually putting people out, and like he did on the last Denal Bagari fight. But if Frankie Edgar can stick to the game plan, stick to putting him on his butt and keeping him there, holding him down, giving the veteran old school noogie style fight right here, I think Frankie Edgar gets it done, man. But if Gutierrez can actually stick around, roll, get on his bike, avoid the takedowns, avoid the shots, get some, actually land some of those leg kicks, and really stifle the movement of Frankie Edgar going forward. Then we're talking. Then we're in a dogfight, and even then, I still kind of bank on Frankie Edgar in a dogfight in New York, man, because this dude, he is one of the old school gangsters, and I'm a little upset when I looked at those odds and they were plus 180 for Frankie Edgar. Although, folks, that's like Derek said, if there's ever a live dog right here, it's our boy Edgar, and it's gonna be interesting if he can actually do the movement. I'm glad you avoided the setup question, Derek, because this is an older Frankie Edgar, but I still think this is a dangerous Frankie Edgar coming in here to battle, man. And for all those reasons, like I said, I'm rocking with you too, Derek. I'm rocking decision. I'm going Frankie Edgar. I think he's gonna put him on his butt, hold him there. Old school noogie style fight. That's what we're hoping for over here. And it's either way, I think it's still gonna be a fun one to see Frankie Edgar go out in New York City like that as well, man.
Absolutely. And I'm going to give you guys a fair disclosure, excuse me. AJ, I hope you agree with me here. As logical as we would love to be about this fight, like obviously we want to win, we want to do the right thing. If you're a legitimate MMA fan, you can't not back Frankie Edgar in this fight. Like, come on. Logic does say the young Chris Gutierrez, he should be the guy. He's going to win. Odds makers. You got to back Frankie Edgar. MSG Frankie Edgar, last fight. This is the former lightweight champion. Come on, brother. Enough of that. Shout out Frankie Edgar. Let's get it.